Oh, what's up everybody? It's your boy Vandel and I'm coming back to you with another video, and today we're gonna get into one of the topics I've been wanting to talk about, and that is Demon Slayer the movie. So Demon Slayer the movie, I know I'm pretty late, but I wanted to give my 2 cents on it because I really enjoyed it and I got to see it as something for my birthday. And one of the things that I think about Demon Slayer is that it's creating a new era for anime movies in general. But let's talk a little bit about it, where it comes from, all that good stuff. So Demon Slayer is this this show about Tanjiro and Nezuko and how their life got flipped upside down when a vampire came and murked their whole family. And it's his goal to try and get his sister to stop being a vampire. And we're just going through that and how he fights demons and gets stronger, all that shown in goodness. And this movie is basically one arc that happens throughout the series where they ride on this train because they're trying to stop these demons, and we get introduced to the Flame Hashira, he was really cool. One of, like, I guess you could say he's like if you are equivalating him to somebody in Bleach, would be like the Gote 13, but like in Demon Slayer world. And anyways, his whole jig is fire, high energy, and that's the movie. They're on the train for one night until the sun rises, basically. And that's the long and short of it without any spoilers. I'm gonna try and make this as spoiler free as possible. And my thoughts on the movie is, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was something that anybody who's really into this could get into. You didn't have to have too much back knowledge, but having that knowledge definitely would have helped from seeing it from the last season, because there are definitely things that if you didn't watch, it would be a little bit confusing. So let me say that you should probably watch season 1 before watching this. And the characters are all okay. I think this is just a Demon Slayer thing. I'm not the biggest fan of all of the characters. I find that they're okay. They do what they need to do in terms of comedic relief, being like your normal character with Tanjiro, Nezuko being the cute character. And they basically, there's 2 parts to the movie. There's the first part, which is basically Dreamland, and I think works well to establish like the characters' wants and desires and fears, and how it helps you relate to the characters a lot more, because on this channel I love talking about characters because they're the most important part of any story. So getting to know a little bit more about them and what they're feeling inside of their head and hearts made that part of the movie really good and insightful. And there's some things I want to talk about later that I think could have been done better, but I think that part was fun. The animation was definitely really cool. It was a bit weird though as you get to the halfway or 2/3 into the movie, because they kind of fight the boss and certain things happen, and it becomes really simple because that's not the final boss. All right, there's gonna be spoilers. I don't know how else I'm gonna put this. Sorry, spoilers from here on out, because I need to talk about it in full. But yeah, because it's been more than like a month now. All right, spoilers. So they try to find the person who's creating all these dreams inside of the train, and eventually they fight and beat this person. And then the problem with the movie right here is, I'm gonna get into the things I didn't like, was the pacing. And I think it's because they fit a whole arc in a movie. And do I think they did the worst job? No. But could they have used a little bit more time? Yes. And why they could have used a little bit more time is, even though they did establish a lot of the characters and the wants, things accelerated really fast. So like the Flame Hashira, he was pretty cool, right? He got introduced in the first season just for a second, but you get a little bit more of him here. And that's cool that you get a little bit more of him, but the problem is he's there 1 minute and then he's gone the next. The amount of investment I personally had in him wasn't very high, because there wasn't like over time I got to get attached to him and really know who he is as a character. Because biggest spoiler of the movie, he dies, and he dies in a blaze of glory. Oh my god, now that I think about it, it actually is really, it's really poetic, because At the end, and this is the other problem I talked about earlier, is after they defeat this mini boss, this huge ass boss shows up for no reason. Like, I guess it's a reason because they're on the train and they want to mess up people, but it's weird because this demon knows the Flame Hashira and wants to turn him into a demon because he's so strong, but of course the Flame Hashira is like, nah, I don't want to be a demon. And that's cool, but I don't understand like their relationship, the demon and this Hashira. Like, I don't know if they fought before, but it was just weird. But one thing I will say that was really good was the animation. The animation was on point for this part. It wasn't as jaw-dropping as a lot of people would say, like with that one clip that they've seen from Demon Slayer, and how, you know, he's coming with the fire sword and that shit and the music and that whole thing. It had that, but it was a little bit different. It wasn't bad. It was beautiful to a T. It was amazing. It was really emotional, especially after he died and Tanjiro just kind of chucked his sword, which was really cool. But it kind of sucked because I know the guy who made his sword. I don't actually know him, but everybody knows who he is. You know what I'm talking about. This guy is gonna come and he's gonna fuck his shit up because I don't know why he chucked the sword like a spear, thinking he was gonna get it back, and he was just really upset. And then the Flame Hashira dies after losing to that guy. So that's the long and short of the movie. And my problem with it is that I wish that, like I said earlier, there was more of a chance for us to maybe like take the train and go to different stops and maybe change how it was with this first demon that puts you in dreams, and there was more time to get attached to the characters, because the Flame Hashira was weird and quirky and it was cool, but he died, I think, way too quickly. It's kind of like just here and then gone in a matter of 2 hours. And yeah, I think that the amount of time that we had with him could have been way more. But this is all in segueing into season 2 of the anime, which is going to be dropping really soon. I think it's supposed to be really cool. It's got like one of the new Hashiras, the sound Hashira. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah, gets up. This guy, I got him. I won him the other week, so I'm a little proud. I'm gonna put him down, but I'm put him right here. I can't put him right there. All right. So yeah, it's setting up for season 2. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know where it's going. I'm definitely gonna watch it because I'm somewhat invested in it. Now comes the part of the video where I've talked about what I liked, what I didn't like, and one of the most interesting things that I've talked in previous videos is the hype. Because before this movie actually came out in America, it came out in Japan. It came out in Japan and it did really well, like so well. It broke so many records. It doesn't make any sense that it broke as many records as it did. Now, do I think that the records that it broke lived up to the hype? I personally think the movie was okay. Was it the worst anime movie I've seen? No, not at all. Was it the amount of money that it made hype? I don't think it was that hype. But one of the things that was nice was just going to see an anime movie in a movie theater. I haven't seen an anime movie in a movie theater, I think, since the last My Hero movie, the first one, or was it Dragon Ball? I can't remember. It was one of the two. Definitely was a nice experience to see it in the theaters. But what I think is going to happen, because of that movie doing really well, it's gonna create a domino effect of creating more, more anime movies to do what that movie did. And I think what also made it good, outside of it appealing to Japanese audiences, is that it's canon. One of the things about a lot of anime movies is that they're not canon. The fact that it's canon makes you need to go to the movie theater to see what is actually happening with the show, because you can't see season 2 without actually watching this, even though I could argue that you don't, at least in this instance, really need to go see it, because whatever is going to happen in season 2 is going to be very loosely related to what's going on now. It's one of those, it's not super duper big. You're just going to be like, that person died? What? That's the biggest takeaway. And then character growth for Tanjiro, and how when he sees this demon again, he's gonna want to fuck him up. So basically it's like making it canon also adds to that, and it also brings up the fact that, like, for example, in December the Jujutsu Kaisen movie is coming out, but this one's a little bit different because it's a prequel and it's going to be about volume 0 of the manga and how that affects certain things. And it's going to be weird because the characters inside, at least to my knowledge, you won't see a lot of the characters that you saw in the main series. You're going to see a lot of characters that you haven't seen before, and it's going to be a little bit weird, but I think the segue into the next season is going to be really good because you're going to get introduced to these characters in a way that you wouldn't have in the anime as yet. And I think it's a nice way to just fit a small contained story. And this is also canon, so that also brings up how it's going to fit with the My Hero, because My Hero's been like on a non-canon-ish like streak of things, even though some things got made canon in a way. But as for stories, they don't really occur in the universe, or there's an arc for them like that. So just seeing like the future of anime movies, it might be like a progression towards keeping it canon and keeping it hyped up in a way that it could maybe have like these short contained arcs. Even though I really believe that when you have an arc for an anime, you shouldn't try and like put it into 2.5 hours. Anytime you take a whole bunch of material and try and squish it down, the pacing just gets messed up regardless, because it wasn't meant to be that way. Or maybe make it in multiple movies, but that might be the lead up to something. Maybe One Piece might do it one day. One Piece has been successful with movies, and none of them are really like canon. They're just like more fun pieces to expand on the world. So depending on, like, I guess what you're trying to do with your movie is important. But I think Demon Slayer is definitely a mark on just movies in general, and how anime movies are definitely good, even though Demon Slayer is really an abnormality. And also COVID might actually be a part to play in all of this, because I'm not too sure how that works, but I'm pretty sure COVID had something to do with Demon Slayer and how it blew up. There's too many unknown factors like to recreate this how it did in the box office to do it again, because you won't have those same conditions. People who are stuck at home wanting to go see a movie that they really enjoy, and it's the first anime movie that they've seen in a long time after having a really hyped first season. Like, you see how there's so many variables, and you can't like recreate that in another movie. That's just really hard to think about overall. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie. It was a great birthday gift. It was a great experience in the theater. The movie was okay. The characters could have used a little bit more time to breathe. I think it was great. But if you made it to this part in the video and you enjoyed what I had to say, you can hit a like button down below. You can subscribe for more, where I talk about manga and how to make manga and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm Vandal, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Oh wait, and comment, tell me what you thought about the movie. I actually want to know your thoughts. Do you think it was worth the hype? Did you like it? Did you cry when he died? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, peace. Boy.